He was a legend of smoke and fire. Calvin Hart, the man who ruled Texas barbecue. 2 million followers, trophies stacked higher than his grill, TV shows, interviews, the world called him the King of Smoke. And he believed it. Every brisket he touched turned to gold. Every word he spoke became gospel in the barbecue world. But success had turned quiet. He'd beaten everyone, won everything, and yet something inside him had burned out. One night, scrolling through his comments, a single line stopped him. "Come to the Philippines, try real lechon, then talk about barbecue." He read it twice, then laughed. "Lechon? That's just roasted pig," he said into his phone, streaming live. "I've spent 20 years perfecting smoke. You can't beat Texas." Thousands watched, laughing with him. The post went viral, 60,000 shares in one night. Filipinos fired back with pride. Americans cheered their champion. It wasn't just food anymore. Right? It was a digital duel between two worlds. Calvin grinned at the chaos. Perfect content, he thought. He'd fly to the Philippines, crush their roasted pig, film his victory, and come back even bigger. A win for his channel, a win for his ego. 2 weeks later, his plane touched down in Manila. Heat pressed against his skin the moment he stepped outside, thick, alive, full of noise and spice. Vendors shouted, traffic roared, the smell of charcoal floated through the air. "This isn't Texas," he muttered, "and it sure doesn't smell like hickory." Waiting by his hotel was the woman behind the comment, Liza Santos, a quiet smile on her face. "I've arranged something special," she said. "You'll meet a man who's been cooking lechon for 4 generations. If Texas barbecue is truly the best, you'll have no problem proving it." Calvin smirked. "I don't need to prove it," he said. "I already know." But as Liza turned to leave, her calm confidence unsettled him. For the first time in years, Calvin Hart, the man who thought he'd mastered the fire, felt a flicker of something new. Not fear, not doubt, just curiosity. He didn't know it yet, but that small spark was about to change everything. The next morning, Calvin boarded a flight to Cebu, the island known for one thing, lechon, the pride of the Philippines. His camera crew followed closely, capturing every confident step. He had one goal, to prove to the world that Texas smoke still reigns supreme. But when they arrived, there was no grand restaurant, no neon signs, no Michelin awards, just a small roadside stall hidden between palm trees and ocean breeze. Smoke drifted lazily into the humid air. A whole pig turned slowly over glowing coals, and beside it stood an elderly man, his back bent slightly, his hands steady, his eyes kind. "This," Liza said softly, "is Mang Ramon. He's been roasting lechon since before you were born." Calvin chuckled. "So, this is the big challenge?" he said, glancing at the simple setup. "No fancy gear, no thermometers, just a stick and fire?" Liza didn't answer. She just smiled, that same quiet smile that somehow made him uncomfortable. Mang Ramon greeted them with a nod. He didn't understand much English, but his movements spoke fluently, calm, deliberate, almost sacred. He brushed oil over the skin with a bamboo stick. Every move was timed not by a clock, but by the sound of the crackling coals beneath the pig. Hours passed. The crew grew restless, but Mang Ramon never rushed. He waited, listened, turned, brushed. The fire obeyed him, not the other way around. When the lechon was finally ready, he carved a piece of golden, crispy skin and placed it on a banana leaf. Steam rose like incense. He added vinegar, salt, and liver sauce on the side, then handed it to Calvin with quiet pride. Calvin smirked at the camera. "This is it, huh? Let's see what all the fuss is about." He took a bite. The crunch echoed, then came silence. His jaw slowed, his eyes shifted. The texture, impossibly crispy yet soft, the fat melted perfectly. The meat, tender, rich but clean. This wasn't what he expected. It wasn't just roasted meat, it was balance, harmony, mastery. Liza watched quietly. Mang Ramon said nothing. He didn't need to. For the first time in years, Calvin Hart, the self-proclaimed king of barbecue, didn't have anything clever to say. Only one thought filled his mind. What if I've been wrong all along? That night, Calvin couldn't sleep. He sat by the hotel window watching the lights of Cebu shimmer across the sea. The taste of that lechon still haunted him. The crunch, the flavor, the patience behind every bite. He'd traveled halfway across the world to prove superiority, and instead he'd found something he didn't understand. The next morning, he surprised Liza and his crew. "No filming today," he said. "No script. I just want to go back." Liza raised an eyebrow. "Back to the stall?" He nodded. "Yeah, I need to watch him again." When they arrived, Mang Ramon was already there, tending the fire like a monk tending prayer. The same rhythm, the same calm, the same respect. Calvin stepped closer. "Teach me," he said quietly. Ramon smiled faintly and handed him the bamboo brush. No words, just a gesture. The heat hit him instantly. Sweat poured down his neck. He tried to mimic the old man's motions, but his strokes were uneven, rushed, clumsy. Ramon shook his head gently. "Slow," he murmured in broken English. "Fire, listen." So Calvin did. He slowed down. He watched the flames flicker, the fat drip, the skin darken just enough. There was no timer, only instinct. Hours passed like minutes. For the first time in years, Calvin wasn't performing for a camera. He wasn't chasing perfection or likes. He was simply learning, listening to something ancient. When they finally tasted the lechon again, it wasn't perfect. The skin was uneven, the flavor slightly off. But Mang Ramon smiled anyway. He patted Calvin's shoulder and said, "Good. You learn fire. Fire learn you." Calvin laughed softly. It was the first honest laugh he'd had in months. Later, as the sun sank behind the trees, Liza asked, "Still think Texas is the best?" He looked at the fire, glowing orange against the darkening sky. "No," he said slowly. "I think the world is bigger than I thought." That night, as he packed his camera gear, he didn't plan a viral video. He planned something new, a story about respect, not rivalry. And deep down, he knew his journey had only just begun. Liza led Calvin to Mang Ramon, an old man tending pigs over glowing charcoal. Mang Ramon's hands were calloused, his movements precise, a lifetime of mastery in every gesture. He basted the pigs with banana leaf brushes using a secret blend of aromatics. No gadgets, just instinct and experience. Calvin watched, humbled, as Mang Ramon controlled the fire by feel, not by thermometer. The pig was stuffed with lemongrass, garlic, and star anise. No recipes, just tradition. Mang Ramon welcomed Calvin with a nod and a grin. "Ready to see how we do it?" Liza translated. Calvin nodded, awed by the artistry. Here, mastery wasn't about technology. It was about respect for the fire and the food. The brisket baron was now a student at a dirt-floored pit under the Philippine sky. After hours of turning and basting, Mang Ramon declared the lechon ready. The pig was laid on banana leaves, the aroma intoxicating. Locals gathered, anticipation in the air. Mang Ramon handed Calvin a piece. Crackling skin, juicy meat, no garnish. Calvin took a bite. The skin shattered with a crunch louder than any brisket bark. The flavor was a revelation. Rich pork, bright lemongrass, sweet garlic, and clean smoke. The meat melted on his tongue. It wasn't barbecue. It wasn't a roast. It was lechon. Pure, perfect, and unlike anything he'd tasted. Calvin's eyes welled up. The brisket baron was moved to tears by a bite of pork. He looked at Mang Ramon, who smiled knowingly. In that moment, there was no debate, just humility and awe. Calvin had come to judge, but he was the one being schooled. He took another bite, just to be sure. It was real. The lesson was clear. Greatness comes in many forms, and sometimes the simplest food holds the deepest magic. Calvin's world had changed. That first bite was just the beginning. Humbled and hungry for more, Calvin asked Liza to show him everything. His trip became a culinary pilgrimage. Lechon, he learned, wasn't one recipe. It changed from region to region, family to family. In Luzon, the pig was seasoned simply, the magic in the tangy, liver-based sarsa sauce. In other provinces, tamarind leaves or coconut water transformed the flavor. Calvin took notes, not as a critic, but as a student. He saw lechon at fiestas and family celebrations, a symbol of community and joy. The hype wasn't about food trends. It was about identity and tradition. Calvin realized he was learning more than how to roast a pig. He was discovering the soul of a nation. The brisket baron was gone. In his place was a cook, eager to learn. The journey had changed him, and he was grateful for every lesson. After 2 weeks, Calvin knew he couldn't just go home unchanged. He owed the truth to Liza, Mang Ramon, and everyone who welcomed him. So, he filmed a video at Mang Ramon's stand. No script, just honesty. "I came to prove Texas barbecue was king. I was wrong. What I found here isn't hype, it's magic, it's a masterpiece." He praised the crunch, the flavor, and the culture of celebration. "These are the real masters. I came to teach, but I got schooled, and I'm grateful." He posted the video, "I was wrong. Lechon is legendary. Lechon challenge." The internet exploded. Fans were shocked. but respected his honesty. Foodies worldwide praised his humility. Liza's blog soared in popularity. In the Philippines, Calvin was no longer an outsider. He was a friend. He'd lost an argument, but gained respect. The brisket baron's journey had come full circle. He learned that greatness isn't about being right, it's about being open to change. And sometimes, the best lessons come from unexpected places. Calvin's story inspired thousands, and the world was better for it. Calvin couldn't leave just yet. He wanted to build a bridge between Texas and Cebu. One night, he proposed an idea to Mang Ramon. "Let's learn from each other." Mang Ramon agreed, grinning wide. Calvin taught low and slow smoking, experimenting with Texas-style pork shoulder. Mang Ramon shared secrets: how to pick the perfect pig, the right herbs, the art of crispy skin. Calvin learned to trust his senses, not just his gadgets. Their collaboration wasn't about improving each other's food, it was about respect. Two masters, two traditions, one passion. They laughed, shared meals, and even tried a lechon with Texas dry rub. Some experiments worked, some didn't, but everyone was a lesson in friendship. Together, they created something new, and the world tasted the results. Their partnership sparked a bigger idea: a restaurant Smokin' Soul, a Texas Cebu BBQ joint. The open-air spot blended Mang Ramon's pit with Calvin's smoker. The menu? Cebu Lechon, Texas brisket, and fusion dishes like lechon tacos and smoked brisket adobo. Opening night was electric. Locals, expats, and foodies lined up. Calvin worked the smoker, Mang Ramon the pit, Liza documented it all. It was more than a restaurant, it was a celebration of building bridges, not walls. Calvin stayed 6 months training a local crew. The restaurant became a symbol of respect and collaboration. Calvin's final podcast said it best: "Greatness isn't about being the best, it's about being open, humble, and brave enough to share your soul." Whether with smoke or fire, the lesson was clear. Food can unite us, and sometimes the best flavor comes from sharing. The world was watching and hungry for more.